What's the intro? I got it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Three to the multiverse. That's not it. Theories to the multiverse, to a galaxy far, far away. This is too many timelines. My name is Jacob, and I'm joined by.
Sean.
I think you're muted, Ian.
It's me. It's Ian. I'm here.
He's here. He
He's
made
here.
He's here. He made it.
it. Right. Our first topic is our pre-discussion before we see Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Most excellent.
I'm stoked.
Let's just go on in. Um, I didn't even need like the two other trailers. I am stoked for this movie, man. It looks like it's gonna be a banger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think it potentially. I expect it to be a top 5 Spider-Man movie. If I'm being honest.
That's where I have it. I'm like, I think trailer alone already has me sold for easily a top 5 Spider-Man movie.
I'm a little frustrated that they're showing a bit too much in the trailers, in my opinion.
Too much
Yeah.
of the Hulk fight. Too
I
much.
don't need to see the
Yeah.
Hulk. Just show me Dr. Banner and let me think. Is Hulk
Yeah.
going to be there? But you've already shown me that, so.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I
with the second
agree.
trailer, like seeing Smart Hulk turn into like Savage Hulk, I think that was plenty fine. And him getting like thunderclapped out like the building, but that's pretty much all I really wanted to see. Like I didn't need to see him having the Shocker Gauntlet in the newest trailer, and then Punisher firing off his gun that does nothing to the Hulk. Like I didn't need to see all that.
Yeah. I hope
But I mean,
Hulk is
it's cool to see.
I hope Hulk is really back to being Hulk, because Infinity War and Endgame was terrible.
Infinity War, like, well, the first
Like Hulk
2
being in
minutes
it.
was good. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
They're
I'm
just.
stoked.
I think they're giving away too much of the plot in these trailers. With like Punisher, like part of me is excited for a lot of different characters to be in a Spider-Man story. Like whether or not Sadie Sink is really playing Jean Grey, who knows? But if she is potentially Jean Grey, you got the Hulk, you got Punisher, potentially Daredevil. I I'm not throwing it out as a possibility yet. I think it's still very, very possible. It's unlikely, but it could be. Um, but I'm okay with there being a lot of villains, but I'm a little bit concerned with it being a little over bloated, especially if it's potentially one of Tom Holland's final Spider-Man movies solo, which I think it could be, personally.
I agree with you, and I think this could be Tom Holland's final, like specifically Tom Holland's solo movie, because like going into Secret Wars, like recently Kevin Feige and like Amy Pascal from Sony were talking about, once Beyond the Spider-Verse is done, like Miles is basically free range to join in. Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out before Secret Wars next year, so I can see Miles showing up in Secret Wars. This whole thing resets, and the next Spider-Man movie is Miles is in the same universe. So I think this is probably our last chance of having Tom Holland just by himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And to have all these different side characters, I feel like will take away a little bit. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But I think it'll take away. But I'm still so excited. I think this is going to be an amazing movie.
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing, but I agree with you. My only concern is they might be putting too many eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people wrongfully dislike Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire because they think it's too many villains, too many things going on. I mean, in that one you had Sandman, Goblin Jr., and then Venom, which was bad. Well, the rest of the movie is fantastic, and I don't care what anyone says. A few years ago, we watched Spider-Man 3 in Sean's house, and it was one of the funniest experiences of my life.
Yeah.
Now dig on this.
I still remember that.
How'd that get in there?
So, who's she gonna look up to now? But anyways, in the same regard, people said there was too much in that one. I mean, in Brand New Day, just in what we know already before we see the movie, we have Punisher, Hulk, Sadie Sink's character. We have the hand ninjas. And we have his relationship with Ned and MJ. I mean, that is so many storylines, and the mutation that he has to go through to get organic weapons.
That's a good point too.
And that they really need to stick the landing well if they're going to have this many storylines.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also a 2.5 hour movie. So yeah, we got Scorpion. Assuming
Scorpion too.
Yeah, we have Scorpion. Assuming that hopefully it's not just a little bit of like a flash forward sequence. There's possibility of Tarantula. There was like the Ramrod guy, Boomerang. Like that, those could be
Tombstone.
People that might just be. Yeah, Tombstone. I forgot Tombstone has barely been announced yet. Like he was in like a little bit of a snippet, but that was pretty much it. So there's so many characters. I don't even know the runtime of this movie. Like
it's like 2.5.
2.5. So
yeah,
they got a lot to fit in for sure. And I think I've heard a lot of rumors that he's gonna die at the end, and then the symbiote's gonna revive him or something. I don't know how much I buy into that, but I think it's possible.
That would be very frustrating because that would make it way too predictable. And an issue that I have that we'll talk about later in the Avengers is if everyone comes back to life, there is no stakes. There's no cost to any villain. Mm-hmm. No villain is a threat if we know they're going to come back to life in the next movie.
Yeah. I think that they're going to go with it, especially since there's that one comic book panel where Hulk does kill Spider-Man and Punisher's like carrying out the Iron Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And I think they're going to try and go for that. And then since we don't have a Kraven, that's not Sony versus Kraven, I think they're going to pull like the whole rising up like the Tombstone thing and just him being in the black suit ready for Secret Wars. Because I don't think he's going to be in Doomsday, especially since he was filming the Odyssey at the same time as filming Spider-Man. I just don't think Tom Holland had the time to be in Doomsday, where I think they might just have to give him the symbiote and have him jump into Secret Wars.
Yeah, unless they like got him in there quick and don't have him in there for very long. That's a really good point, Sean, about him filming the Odyssey and this. Like, because he's been working on this for a long time. So having him being in Doomsday is very unlikely. And we haven't seen any clips of him or any confirmation. So I don't know. I'd be curious to see if he's in there. I'd be curious to see if we get another Spider-Man like Toby or Andrew, since they're going into different universes like X-Men and the Fantastic Four universe and everything. So I'd be curious to see if he's in there, but I kind of doubt it, to be honest.
I'm going off of the villains though, and like all the characters. Are we dead set sure we think that Sadie Sink is going to be Jean Grey? Because I'm kind of doubting it. Like I'm kind of like on the Andrew train when Andrew said, "I'm not the wolf. I'm not Jean Grey." Like that's how I feel right now. I don't think she's Jean Grey. I just don't know how she would necessarily fit in this movie unless it really is like Tom Holland's going through a mutation, even though Spider-Man's not a mutant. He's never been a mutant. So I'm kind of curious if it is Jean Grey, like what's her role in this? Is it just to set up mutants coming into the next movie being Doomsday in December,
Yeah, I'm gonna go in blind for who Sadie Sink is. But going back to your point about if they do the symbiote suit, reviving him, then what's the point of doing the mutation thing with Spider-Man?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that it's a possibility that all of this going on is him being like a side effect of being stung by Scorpion. Or maybe it was you, Sean, who said that.
Oh yeah, I heard that on a theory.
Okay, yeah. But like potentially,
Sean spends hours a day reading Spider-Man theories for sure.
And I think that's also a valid possibility of just like, but also it's so on the nose. Like I definitely think it's probably a mutation, especially since he's going to Dr. Banner and talking about it. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know where anything fits. I'm really curious because like there's so much being shown in the trailers, but I'm still so blind going in. I have no idea what's going to happen. And I think that's tells a really good thing about where this movie and like where this movie is going to stand with the rest afterwards,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. there are two reasons why I'm very excited for this movie.
Tell me those two reasons, Jacob.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
First, it feels nothing like Homecoming and Far From Home, which is a great start.
It doesn't even feel like No Way Home.
It doesn't even feel like the trilogy. That it feels like something like a brand new day. It feels fresh.
And the second reason I'm very excited is that Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal said they took a lot of inspiration from the PlayStation games, Insomniac games, which are just the first one especially is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I don't really have necessarily any doubts. Just kind of curious, like again, like we were just talking about, like how is it gonna end? How is it gonna? Originally, this movie was supposed to be between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, so I'm wondering if there was any rewrites or if that changes anything that they had originally going on in the story. So I'm kind of curious how this is all gonna like tie up. And again, like you said at the very beginning of the video, Ian, that this might be Tom Holland's just last solo movie, so hopefully it goes out in a bang for it being his last one, probably.
Yeah, because he's what? I mean,
30.
he's no older. He's no
30,
older than
29.
any of the other Spider-Men were when they were playing. But I think he himself has said, Tom Holland, not Spider-Man, but I think Tom Holland himself has said that he's at the point of his career where he's too old to be playing a teenager or playing a kid. And I think an older Spider-Man could work, especially if they did something with bringing in like a Miles Morales character and having him be a mentor to him for a little bit. I think that would be cool, but yeah, I don't know. I have a weird itch and feeling that this is probably going to be his last solo movie. I think he'll be in Secret Wars for sure. It'll be hard to keep him out of there, and I'll be surprised if he's not in Doomsday even for a little bit. But yeah,
I could be wrong. Isn't in Brand New Day he's already a senior in college? Or am I mistaken?
I know
Is
it's
he
like
even in
4
college?
years later.
Yeah, at the end of No Way Home, he's
He's
off
got
college.
he's got his like GED. I know
Empire
it's like
State University. I think.
it's 4 years after No Way Home, so I guess he's supposed to be a senior in college. Or
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is probably everybody's going to be finishing college, like for Zendaya's MJ and then Jacob Babylon's Medley's. I think they're probably going to be out of college by the end, like the start of the movie, I believe.
So does that make us think he hasn't spoken with Ned and MJ in 3 years?
I think so, because in the most recent trailer that came out, like he had that note in the cup, so I still think he just has that thing on standby, ready to go at all points. But
how do y'all think that is going to transpire?
I think
is he going to try to be like? Is he going to try to be like, do you guys remember me? Please remember me.
I think it'll be one of those things where enough happens where he's like, remember, and then they do. That's just probably how it's gonna go. I doubt it's gonna be. They're gonna end the movie with Zendaya being like, I don't know who this guy is.
I bet they're gonna do a cheesy Disney thing where they're like Ned and MJ are like, I always remember having this person around that just gave me such a good feeling, and then you're that person.
Or I think he's just going to outright say, hey, this is our history. This is our past. This is what happened. There's an emergency. You need to trust me. And then they kind of build upon that previous potential trust, maybe. I don't know. But I think that it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. There's just so many facets to this movie that need to be tied up, need to be explained, need to be answered, and also fit in with the Hand, all these other villains, Sadie Singh's character, who clearly is a big part of this movie. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really awesome. But I can't believe it's already here. Like, it's Thursday.
I honestly think my theory being is whatever Sadie Singh's powers is, I think she's going to make them remember. It's just going to pull a quick one. It's like, hey,
if she's Jean Grey, you're right. You just did it. You solved it. That's got to be it. Jacob knows it too. I can see it in his face. You're right.
That's almost as bad as.
So they're gonna
almost
fight.
As bad as.
They're gonna fight, and then it's like, oh, we shouldn't have been fighting. Like, I'll help you let your friends remember, and then it's like, oh, you're the best X-Men character of all time. Thank you so much.
If they do that, that's worse than the baby saving Sue from Fantastic Four. I hate that so much. That is every time a movie does that, I hate it. I mean, that is just Pokemon 1, Pikachu crying over Ash, saving him. Like, what
the more I think about Fantastic Four, the more it's very forgettable when it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Like, Galactus is a huge villain, and they made him be a huge villain, and the way it ended, and just, it was kind of, I don't want to say boring, but forgettable.
Yeah.
And they had so much writing on that. I just felt, I barely remember anything in that movie.
Galactus is supposed to be a top 5 most powerful villain in Marvel, and they were just like, yeah, he's just big.
Yeah,
I remember. I mean, Jacob, I think I said this to you. Like after they beat Galactus, I was like, that seemed like barely an inconvenience.
I felt that. Like, oh, that was easy.
Like, that's it.
They're too worried about teleporting to Earth, and they're like, just shove them into a portal, a black hole.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Fantastic Four, let's pivot into Doomsday, because I think we've said all we need to say on Spider-Man. I think we're just.
You didn't want to hear me. You didn't want to hear me hate on Homecoming and Far From Home for 30 minutes.
Jacob, if you want to hate on Homecoming and Far From Home for 30 minutes, you're more than welcome to.
He just did. Brand New Day. He better do something cool, because he did nothing cool in Homecoming and Far From Home. Yeah. That's all. That's it.
You know what we can talk about for Brand New Day? One more thing. Man, praise all like the practical like swinging and the suit not being a CGI mess. Like, oh my god, like the swinging. I remember when it was like August of last year, and we got like that little teaser that they're starting the movie, and you see every day there was a photo coming out of him in his suit in the middle of wherever they were, him just swinging. Oh my god, like I know this movie's gonna look so good, just him in New York. That's my one complaint with Tom Holland. I don't really complain about Spider-Man movies that much. I think they're all good in their own ways, but one thing that bugged me with Tom Holland movies is like barely swinging through New York City in the first movie. Second one, he was across the world, then swinging until almost the end credit scene, and then No Way Home. We got it in the beginning, but then it wasn't really much. Like, it wasn't. I always compared to Tasm Andrews, where he's in New York, he's swinging from building to building. So I'm really excited. It looks like Tom Holland took a lot of notes from all the critique that he's gotten from over the years, and it's gonna look great. Even just from the swinging alone from the trailers, it looks fantastic.
I'm glad you said that, because they haven't done Audacity to him swinging through New York City, and I believe the city is just as important to Spider-Man, like to his story, just as Gotham is important to Batman. Like, I feel like you've got to get New York City right for Spider-Man, just the same as Gotham's got to be right for Batman.
Yeah,
right?
I completely agree, Jacob. And again, with this suit, Sean, I feel like I'm really glad they didn't go with the exact suit at the end of No Way Home. The blue on that was really shiny, and it looked really cool in the moment. But for a whole full-length movie, I think pivoting this way a little bit was a really smart move. And also, yeah, I think his mask too, so good. It does fit him a little weird at certain angles, because he doesn't have that faceplate that makes it look like one cohesive face. You can see where his nose is, and then it kind of like goes in a little bit. I think aside from that, the suit is near perfect. It's gonna be good.
Top 3 already for me, honestly. Like, just from behind the scenes photos, it's a top 3 suit for me. And I'm glad that like he's like I know everyone's complaint was that they didn't like the blinking. I personally didn't mind it as much as everybody else, but I feel like that's gonna be perfect for him having a mixture of both Toby's and Andrew's. Like you need to have a little bit of Tom in there, and like that was what made his Spider-Man's different was just his logo was a little bit smaller, but especially like his lenses blink. So I know like he's gonna have a little bit of that. It's not gonna be like over exaggerated like in the Avengers movies, but I'm excited that he has a little bit of his own flavor in his own suit. And hopefully we at least get the metallic suit just a little bit like in the beginning, and then he goes into the mixed suit of like Toby, Andrew, and everybody. Like I think it would be a cool progression when we kind of flash forward 4 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely his best suit, and I hope they keep it because they've done way too many changes in the past. I didn't mind the shiny blue though at the end of No Way Home.
Yeah.
And his lenses moving is I'm okay with. I didn't like the rest of his Stark tech, like him having a parachute and stuff was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was annoying.
Yeah. Do we have any other final thoughts on the Spider-Man movie? We just think he's good. We think, final predictions. We think he's gonna die. I think I'm on the train that he's probably gonna die. I think they're gonna pull. I think they're gonna pull Hulk and then Punisher carrying him out. I think my final prediction is gonna die.
I don't know. I need to nail it down in my own head, but I don't
I
want to
just
like
had a thought.
create too much of a prediction in my head.
Yeah.
But I'll be curious to see. I don't know. I'm just excited to see where it goes.
What if he doesn't die, but he gets so like injured, or what his mutation causes him to like hibernate?
And hibernate in the webs.
Yeah, in the webs.
That's probably why he was out for Thunderbolts.
And then he'll have visions of the Madam Web.
Oh, yeah. We
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
He's just going to be sitting there thinking about Sydney Sweeney the whole time. That's for sure.
Dude,
did y'all watch that movie?
No, let's go to Doomsday now.
I never watched that movie.
It's not good.
It's Doomsday
Jacob,
time.
I watched it once and I was like, dude, I hate this. But like, let me watch it again to make sure that I really dislike it. I really, really hate it.
Sean's like, I hated it, but I kind of like Sydney Sweeney. Let me watch that one more time. Jacob, before we switch to Doomsday, seriously, you need to watch Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's besides that Sentry fight in the Avengers Tower, like I know that looks choppy, but like the rest of the movie is pretty dang good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Guys,
Walker, oh my god. Walker is so funny.
When my standards is at, levels of the Winter Soldier, Civil War, the Batman, Infinity War, Endgame, and then I see a clip of that atrocity, why would I waste my time?
It's not even that bad.
It's not
Did
bad.
you see Bucky is moving like he's a 90-year-old man in that clip?
He is.
No. The Winter Soldier fight, he was moving like a dog.
But there's a pretty sweet scene of him on a motorcycle in this movie of Bucky going off. It's sweet. There is cool things that he does in this movie. You need to watch it.
Okay. All right, I'll watch it before Doomsday.
I'll save my hot take before you watch it. This is going to sound crazy. I like Yelena more than Black Widow. Like,
I agree.
Get out of town.
I fully agree with you, Sean.
Yes.
I fully agree.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I might lose my mind.
And that's not recency. That's just like, I appreciate her in the Hawkeye series if you watch that. But I like Yelena's personality, at least personality, a lot more than Black Widow. But I think Black Widow's a little bit more skilled than Yelena, though.
I think having her story from the Black Widow movie, which was not a great movie, however, the Black Widow movie and Hawkeye, and then rounding out Thunderbolts, she has a very consistent,
she's a good arc
and motivation for what she does, why she does it, and her own personal growth and journey. I fully agree with you, Sean. I think Yelena is a better character than Black Widow.
You'll probably feel that way when you watch Thunderbolts. You're like, okay, I can see why they think that. but it might be a hot take for some people. Let me know if that's a hot take in the comments.
Jacob's gonna lose his mind. We gotta start talking about Doomsday.
Yeah. All right. Doomsday looks.
I don't know, man. I'm mixed.
I don't know. It's not that I don't. It's not like anything negative. It just really. We were talking about it, beforehand. It just didn't really get me that hype. Like I was like, okay, cool. Like Cyclops and Gambit and Shang-Chi are in there. Like this is awesome. Confirming that the X-Men and the Avengers are fighting, but like it still just didn't really get me there yet. I don't know what it is. I might just be just some, again, not that we needed a build up for Doctor Doom, but just like there just hasn't been as much set up for all the characters to be together. Which is just something's missing. I can't really like put my finger on it, unfortunately. But regardless, I got my seat already.
Sean, I fully agree with you.
Of course.
Based on the first trailer. But there was that second trailer that came out, not even came out. Somebody recorded it. And they were talking about Doom as if they knew him. I think you sent it in our TikTok group, Sean.
Yes, yes.
The leaked Comic-Con trailer.
The leaked Comic-Con trailer. Yes. If they had started with that, my feelings on this would be so much more higher.
Yes.
They started with the Doomsday trailer they released, and it was just like Doom's just there. And it's like, whoa, what? And it's like there was no build up. It was just like, here's Doom, he's big bad, watch out. But now, like with that second trailer, my thoughts are even higher because they're, Sue Storm is talking about, like, clearly he's from the Fantastic Four universe, which is, he should be. He's a Fantastic Four primary villain. But them talking about how they know him, and it's fine considering, like, yeah, in the Avengers movies, Thanos is built up a few times and he's brought up and he's very clearly a threat that is looming and is on the way. But in this, it's like, since we've only had one Fantastic Four movie in that universe, I'm okay with it. Since if they know him, if they have no idea who he is, it's a problem, but they don't. They do know who he is. And that second leaked trailer was so much better for getting my excitement and my butt in the seat for sure than the first one was. The first one looked like a little bit like AI. And I had no idea what was happening. But like this one, the second one, they should have started with that one for sure.
Yeah. The official trailer kind of looked fan made. The only thing that made me excited was Doom's voice. So many shots just look duplicated from other movies like Infinity War, like Thor. That angle of him going down on Doom was exactly the same angle, which maybe they were trying to do with that scene in particular.
I think they were trying to do that, yeah.
But like Thor talking to Cap looked identical to the shot of him in the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. It was just like the settings were boring and no color. It was just bad.
Do you think maybe the color is just to make everything seem doom and gloom? Really, I think that's maybe what they were trying to go for. That it's a dark story.
But the leaked trailer, that got me pumped.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because like even though they're talking more in that, like there's not as much action as the trailer they released. That's okay, because they're talking about important context. They know who Doom is. They know that they're like talking about how he's the smartest guy in the room and always will and always has been, and how he's lost people close to him. And now he's on this vengeance mission and like he's broken. That provides a much more needed context to his character and why we should be afraid of him when people are talking about somebody like that. And that's huge. And him blocking Stormbreaker with two fingers, that's a big deal. But I didn't care. That's the problem. The first one I didn't care at all, but the leaked trailer made me care. And I think they should have loved that. But I'm stoked either way. Robert Downey Jr. is going to bring a generational villain performance to Doctor Doom. And I am stoked.
Yeah. I think we had talked about this ourselves, but it would have been absolutely insane if they saved his reveal for the
That was
night
what
that
I
you
was gonna
saw
say.
this movie.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if we were there on opening night and he takes off his mask and we see RDJ?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would have been unbelievable. Like, they already know they're going to make a $2 billion movie without showing that.
Yeah.
So why did they need to show that?
I think it would have been hard, like with RDJ's like accent. I feel like everybody would have just heard it, possibly. I don't know.
Nah,
I don't. I
I've
mean,
had to
I can't.
really,
Actually, I'm
really
trying to think
listen.
of how Marvel would think. Like, I don't know.
Marvel's really good at not having like anybody take pictures of on their set and making
Yeah.
pictures. So, and even if we did see RDJ, he would have just think, "Oh, here's an Iron Man variant."
I mean, this whole time I didn't even actually think Steve Rogers was going to be in the movie until we had like those little teasers. So they did a pretty good job like hiding that. But
And I still don't
um,
think he should be.
I am worried sick that they're going to ruin Steve Rogers, and Rogers is the most important Marvel character to me.
I don't think he should be in this movie.
yeah.
They might change
I'm
my mind on
scared.
that, but I don't think he should be.
I'm so scared they're going to ruin Steve.
Jacob's going to be the first guy to get the hot toy Captain America in his man costume.
And his and black
The
t-shirt.
black t-shirt,
The black
black
t-shirt and
jeans.
khakis. Yeah, you're gonna be the first one to pre-order that.
I think I'm good with my in-game cap. That's the best suit already.
I just like, unless he is some sort of version or compromised or does something bad, like he's Hydra Man or something, which I doubt it. But like, if he has some ulterior motive, like Doom is holding his wife and kid hostage or something, and he does something in the background that's no good, he shouldn't be there at all.
Secret Wars, I think, would have been perfect, but for this one, I think too soon maybe. I'm regardless though. I'm happy to have him. At least it's nice to see him. But I just think maybe would have Secret Wars probably would have been it, and especially since still I feel bad saying this. I wish I had more of a connection to Sam Wilson's Captain America, but now that Steve Rogers is in this movie, like I see him as Captain America, regardless if he's in his suit, has the shield or not. Like I feel like he's about to lead this team when we've been trying to build that up for Sam Wilson for the past couple of years with the multiverse saga, even though we only had like a show and a movie. Like
Yeah.
I just think it was a little too soon just to give Sam Wilson some time to shine as the leader of I don't know what Avengers, the Avengers with the Z or just the Avengers, like whatever he's leading. Like I think it would have been
If
cool if it was just him.
even if he has a shield and even if he's dressed like Captain America, if you put Chris Evans in a room and Steve Rogers in a room, Sam Wilson is not Captain America.
Yeah.
That's another reason, Sean. That's a really good point. I don't think that they should have brought Chris Evans back if that's the route they're trying to go for Sam Wilson.
I don't mean that in a bad way. And like, I just think that's how general audiences are gonna think. They're like, oh, that's Captain America, and then oh, this is also Captain America. But I think everyone's that's grown up with the original Avengers movies and the first three Captain America movies are like, that's Captain America to me because that's mainly what I've seen. And if you skipped out on the Disney Plus show, you're missing so many critical points of where Sam Wilson has gone. And then Brave New World didn't do too hot, and I don't think it really took him anywhere either. So it's just kind of hard to really, unfortunately, see him as Captain America. But I'm happy to have him in it, though. I like the Anthony Mack memes where he's just smiling.
Well, has Sam's Captain America interacted with anybody other than Agent Walker and Bucky? Since he's become Cap? No. So
I would say maybe Shang-Chi. I can't remember if that was in the credit scene or not, or if that was just Captain Marvel. I can't remember.
And this is my biggest concern going into this movie is most of these characters are underdeveloped or straight up not interesting because their movies or shows are not that good. Not Sam Wilson, but like Ant-Man 3 was awful, WandaVision was bad, Multiverse of Madness was bad.
You didn't like WandaVision?
No, what?
I loved WandaVision.
It was bad.
Okay,
I
Jacob,
loved it.
Why do you think they're underdeveloped?
Are most of the X-Men actors the exact same X-Men from their previous
I
movies?
think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not necessarily underdeveloped, but just they've had bad movies or shows.
Kind of leaves like a bad taste in your mouth
So, like,
for where they're.
well, not necessarily, but like, if I'm not that attached, like every fight with Thanos versus Iron Man, Cap, or Thor, I'm on the edge of my seat because there's a possibility of my favorite characters being killed off. In this, I might be rooting for Doctor Doom to off some.
Well, because my
Yeah.
question was, Jacob, you said underdeveloped. Like, I was trying to figure out what you consider to be underdeveloped because by the time the first Avengers movie came out, we had one movie for Iron Man, Cap, Thor, and I think that's it. Technically Hulk, but So it's like, but you had those characters. Did you feel that they were underdeveloped in the first Avengers movie? Because most of these characters in Doomsday have had numerous movies. Like Yelena's been in Thunderbolt. She's been in multiple movies. Black Widow.
Show, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sam Wilson's been around for forever. So is it a lack of care and interest for the characters themselves, or is it a theory that they're underdeveloped?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Not like underdeveloped, but it's just like they're not as interesting as Tony Stark, Iron Man, Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the issue, is that the movies that were good, they might not even necessarily be in this movie. Spider-Man's not going to be in. Deadpool and Wolverine, we're not sure. Guardians of the Guardians, we don't know. Those have really been the only decent movies since Endgame.
Yeah, I don't think the Guardians are going to be in it at all. Maybe Wolverine. Maybe Deadpool. I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't think Deadpool would do well.
I did not love Deadpool and Wolverine.
Really?
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to rewatch it. It's been a while, but I didn't love it. I loved Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Always do, always will. And if he's in there, he better have a comic accurate suit like he did in Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for all the different characters and the incursions of the worlds and bringing worlds together, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm not excited for Gambit.
What? I love Gambit, man.
People love Channing Tatum as Gambit. I just don't. I love it.
I like Gambit as a character. Channing Tatum, I'm still getting used to, but Gambit is so cool, dude. I think him and Shang-Chi are gonna have a great fight. Like I think everyone's gonna be surprised of what Gambit can actually do. I mean, he's an Omega level mutant, so like I think people really underestimate him. But I'm really excited.
Gambit as a character.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how I feel about Channing Tatum as Gambit. I never saw that, and he was kind of played for laughs in Deadpool and Wolverine, so just kind of like he's supposed to be taken seriously now.
Yeah. He's going to be seriously now, so I think you'll have like a better feeling, like a serious Gambit versus like a silly one for Deadpool and Wolverine. But like he's so cool. So. Like it's better than the Origins X-Men Origins Wolverine Gambit.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That one. I gotta say for positives though, I want to flip it. It felt like, at least this is a positive for me, and I saw this off of a TikTok comment. Like it felt like playing with your toys as a kid. Like you got all these random characters that probably wouldn't be fighting each other for any reason, but like seeing Shang-Chi and Gambit, for example, fighting each other, Yelena and Mystique, like never would I have thought that would have been a fight, but it's pretty cool to see. And then I think it didn't show it in the trailer, but Alan Cumming accidentally said that he was fighting Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic. So seeing Nightcrawler probably in the movie teleporting around Mr. Fantastic while his arms are like flinging around all over the place. Like I think this is going to be a really cool opportunity just to see all your random heroes fighting each other in one X-Men mansion, watching it blown up for the 100th time. Like it's going to be kind of cool to see. Just everybody all together.
That's another thing I'm worried about though, Sean, is that I'm worried half this movie is going to be different characters meeting each other, fighting each other, and be like, we should be on the same team.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be though. And I
Yeah.
know.
And I don't really want it to be that. I want it to be very Doom focused because we've waited a long
Yes.
time to see this character done properly, and I'm worried that all of that is gonna take away from the Doom level threat.
That is my most important note for this conversation. Is the best part of Infinity War is Thanos. Doom has to be the best part of Doomsday.
Yeah.
I think for how much they have been marketing, I was about to say Tom Hardy. It was Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. I think how much they've been using him. I think he will be the main character of this movie. 100%. I think like the first half, they're gonna be like, "Hey, like, why are we fighting each other? These worlds are colliding, blah blah blah." And then here comes Doom, and he's like, "Hey, you got your worlds are colliding, and I'm gonna fix it by just annihilating them all and making my own." I think he's really gonna do really well as the main villain. I think he'll be the main. I think he'll be the main focal point of this story. Otherwise, I don't think they would call it Doomsday.
I don't think he'll be the villain for the whole movie.
You
I
think he'll
think
be
he'll
like an ally for a moment?
I think he'll be start off getting the trust of some of the heroes.
Oh, like Doctor Strange. Some people think that they team up.
I think
Maybe.
I was gonna. That was another point I was gonna talk about after what Ian says.
Like, how does he get into this universe? How does the Fantastic Four get into our universe? Because you think about the end of Fantastic Four where he's, in the Fantastic Four, the Baxter building with Franklin.
Soon, Franklin, yeah.
How does he get there? Do something happen and Doom's like, oh, I'm gonna go to this world, and then the Fantastic Four are like, we better get there too? Or do you think he's going to kind of play as an ally to begin with, but like tricking them and playing a long game in his head, and like, so they're all like, whoa, what the heck? This guy's the worst. I think that's how it's going to start off personally. I think he's going to get the trust of some of them and create distrust between a lot of the heroes as well.
I agree, because how are they going to fight each other? Like, I think that they're going to start out at Backstone, and then, like most Fantastic Four comics and things, he starts off as like an ally, and then as they don't agree with each other, he just becomes a villain. So I think like over time, like he's just gonna be like, hey, you guys are doing your best to try and save each other's world. Like, let me just do the quick and easy thing, and I'm gonna make a new world. And they're like, hey, so you're gonna just kill off all these worlds? Like, you can't really do that. And he's like, well, I'm the big bad of this movie, so I'm gonna do it anyways. And I think that's when everybody's gonna be like, okay, maybe we should have been fighting each other, and then Doom. Yeah.
Well, going back to the leaked trailer, it seems like Victor Von Doom is already in Sue and Reed's universe and that they have known each other. So I'm going to think that obviously Reed and him have that rivalry in college or whatever. And then he goes off, he gets expelled or whatever for doing terrible experiments. And he's been training or learning magic or building his armor for the last however many years. And now he's back.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I'm so excited for this movie, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm stoked.
I was gonna mention one more point. I like that you were talking about how he possibly would have allies. I know, like at San Diego, Comic-Con, he had like witches, and like costumes and things like that. And then Jacob mentioned that possibly Doctor Strange might be an ally to him. I think that again, this isn't my theory, but people were like, would it be cool if Thea from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness teamed up, and then in comic books, Wanda was kind of like a bride to Doctor Doom. So I think it'd be cool maybe seeing Wanda come back, and now she's not necessarily a villain again, I don't want to say, but she's like, I agree with what Doom is doing, so I'm joining his team, and I think it'd be cool to see him have his own group of followers. And I think that's what these witches represent. I hope they're not just random people that just worship him for whatever reason. I think it'd be cool if they turned out to be people we've already seen, like the Doctor Strange, Wanda, possibly. That might be cool opportunities.
I think I'd disagree. I hope Doom is like a total loner because in Infinity War and Endgame, I didn't like Thanos's sidekicks.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you a single one of their names.
I only know one of them.
I mean,
And
yeah,
Maul.
I want Doctor Doom to be solely the terrifying focal point and villain alone.
Yeah. I think Ant-Man is gonna, just do what he did, what he was gonna do to Thanos, and go up.
He's finally going to shrink and
He's
go
gonna shrink
inside,
down.
and then become Giant Man.
Yeah, he's gonna become Giant Man. I know it's gonna happen. I don't think of any other positives because I feel like we've been kind of dogging the movie, but I'm excited though.
Where is Moon Knight?
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see him for a while, Jacob.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I do think we could probably talk about this in another video, but like I think now that we got a Ghost Rider announced, and I know they were trying their best to get a Blade movie going, I think we'll get a Midnight Suns, especially since Doctor Strange isn't going to go anywhere. Hopefully, I think we'll get a Midnight Suns, and he'll come back in that. I guess the more important question: where are our Eternals at?
Forget
Who cares?
Terrible.
Who cares, Sean? I don't care where the Eternals are at. Hopefully far away.
Where's Harry Styles, man? He's the brother of Thanos. We need to wrap that up.
No.
I might have a hot take.
All right, Jacob, hit us with it.
I have never liked Doctor Strange.
Really?
He is just the biggest boredom ever.
The biggest
love Doctor Strange.
Dude, I don't like. I think what I've learned in my life is I don't like magician characters. Like I don't like Harry Potter. I don't like any of that stuff. I like realism.
I will say,
like not entirely, but
I like him better in movies that involve him, not solo-centric Strange movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't like Doctor Strange movies, but like team-up movies, he just like excels in these team-up movies. So that means he doesn't like Wong then, and that's a real problem.
The first Doctor Strange movie is the only Marvel movie that I could not finish. I was bored out of my mind. I said, I can't finish
Dormammu, I've come to
bargain. That one's good. That one's good.
I've never been more bored.
Did you watch Multiverse of Madness, though?
Multiverse of Madness? Yeah, I watched it and it was bad.
We saw it in theaters. It was so bad.
It's okay.
That makes me nervous for Sam Raimi to ever pick up Spider-Man again, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Jacob and I were cracking up through most of Multiverse of Madness because it was so bad.
You mentioned Sam Raimi. I don't know if you guys saw, but Haley Atwell was announced to be in Doomsday. Is she going to be Captain Carter, or do you think she's just going to be playing Peggy? Did you guys see that?
She's just going to be Peggy.
She's just Steve Rogers' wife, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if she would
just going to be Peggy.
Try and pick up a shield and be Peggy, like be Captain Carter, like in the What If series, things like that. But I think she'll just be one.
All right. She's just his wife.
I'm trying to think of anything else about this Doomsday trailer. Let us know what your thoughts are on the Doomsday trailer, if you liked it or not, or are you kind of in the middle of the road like us? Because I'm very excited for it. Again, like we were just talking about earlier, I think that the second trailer really hyped me up more than what the official trailer was. But I think even though it sounds like we're dogging the movie, we're pretty excited regardless.
Can they just go ahead and make M'Baku the Black Panther? He's great.
I do like M'Baku.
He's awesome. They're going to do T'Challa's son grown up, right?
Yeah, they are.
They just announced. Yeah. Be good.
But M'Baku will challenge him and win, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else on Doomsday? I think I've covered it on my end.
I'm good.
All right. We made a name for ourselves on this one. But I'll wrap us up here, guys. If you guys like the video, make sure you subscribe. Listen to us on podcasts. It's Too Many Timelines with Ian, Jacob, and Sean. Thank you guys for watching.